Hey guys, Kurt here. Welcome to another puzzle tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to be covering the last layer of the four color cube. All right. So I had a comment asking to do an in-depth tutorial on the last layer. I didn't really should have kind of followed up and asked what exact problems they were having, but we'll kind of cover as much as we can. I do have 10 3x3s all ready to show off some stuff that you can come across, so that way it's kind of easier to see how the puzzle is. First thing I'm going to go off with is, for the most part, your edges. Seeing as how they're, you have two solid, all four edges are solid colors. Don't really matter too much. So I wouldn't really worry about the edges. So the most thing that I would say I would kind of have a problem with, don't really worry about the, let me backtrack a bit. Don't really worry about the edges, the edge part of doing it. So don't worry if you get the L, and having to do this, because that's not gonna, that won't matter here. Where did this one go? Oh yeah, that's it. Anyways, the only time that the edges will really kind of matter is towards the end when you have to do the PLL, I think it is. To where, yeah. When we get there, I'll show you. So, for now, we're going to focus on the corners. And we're going to do our best to get everything on top here all red and yellow. So these two right here are wrong. So they're rotated wrong. We got to fix that. And, what you could really do is do the rotation, corner rotation, by, rotating it. You can do that. I'm expecting, if you don't know how to solve a 3x3, go learn how to do that first before attempting this cube. So, yeah. We're going to go ahead and get into it. Let's see what we got, because we may have a pattern. So now, with these could either be wrong or they could be right. I look at these. If these are rotated wrong, then I'll try and just do whatever I can and just say, well, I may have a soon. So let's see if I have one ready. I do not. Okay. This we can try and get a soon from. Yeah. So we have, so I'm assuming you know how to solve, soon, and you can do that. So let's see what we got here. And it looks like if you ignore these, ignore those. So we're just focusing on the corners. Act like these are all in the right spot. This is, it's rotated right. That's fine. This is going to be this part. So this is the head of the fish. You have your body, you have your tail. All right? So red and yellow should be here. So if you lift it up, so we'll say, here's the head. That would be the same. Those are the same. And then these are the same. Okay. So to do the soon, up, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, down. And then R prime. All right, so you do the same thing here. Lift it up. 1, 2. Back. Over. Over. Down. So now we have red and yellow cross. So we know that the corners are right. And we're just going to assume that these are right. Because no matter what, it doesn't matter. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so you got this done. Cool. Now you got to do your corner placement. So your corner swap. So let's see. We have two here that are right. And for this puzzle, I usually will go based off of one of the, because you don't know if that's right. You know, that's obviously not right. So I look for one and then the solid. So those are R2. Whatever corner swapping algorithm you use, again, I'm assuming you can solve a 3x3. So that's pretty much just use your corner swapping algorithm. And there you go. So that and that. So now we come to probably one of the parts that most people are going to have problems with. And let me get let's see. We will say that this is the same case, okay? So because of the fact that these two could be swapped, these two are the same piece, these two are the same piece, basically. So you have two that are not correct and two that are, seemingly are. What I do is I'll pick one. Usually whatever will go here, it'll be one of the two. So I'll pick like, okay, so these two need to swap. I'll just do the yellow. That way we can just go ahead and do that. Yeah. So you could use you could do the same algorithm that you do for this here. So let's see. This needs to go here. This needs to go here. And this needs to go here. That's the opposite. This needs to go here. This needs to go here. And this needs to go here. Okay. So I do beginner method. Well, if I were to solve this, I would do that. That's what I would normally do. But I can do the beginner method. And I usually will start off by rotating. So you hold it like this. Front, back, left, right. Okay. And you rotate the back 180. First of all, look at what color it's supposed to be, yellow. So this is right, so you can use your center here. This needs to be yellow. So we'll go ahead and say, because we can either do that or we can do that. We'll go ahead and do that. And then you want to do R prime, L, and then rotate the back again. And then you want to do R, or that was L prime, sorry, and L. So you do R, L prime, rotate the back. We'll do it again, don't worry. And then you want to do L prime, R. And usually you got to keep track of how the piece was, but this, match it up. So you want to match what you have with these corners. The center, you can't rely on the center now because it's been rotated 180 degrees. So try and match the top. So try and match whatever's here, or it could be here depending on which side you used. Just match it up, and you put it back in. Now that didn't work. So now that didn't work. So what we can do is we can do it again. We can go two. We'll do that. And that fixed it there. And that fixed it all. So don't worry, I'm gonna pause it scramble this back up, get it back to the last layer. We'll do the same thing with this, and I'll be back. All right, guys. So I scrambled it up, solved it to the point again. So cool. And once again, I'm not really going to focus on these. We'll do it again without focusing on the edges at all and see how we come out. And then the next couple solves, I'll, try and get these to work right and see how that goes. But for now, let's see. What do we have here? So this is correct. So we already know this is right. So we may have another soon. We could, or these could be right and these are wrong. But the thing about this is, as long you can rotate these as much as you want. It's not going to really affect anything. So we will, let's see, all right, so we're going to assume that we are going to see if I can get a soon going here again. Oh. No. Okay. We can do something about that. Okay. So I got another soon going here. Once again, this is the correct spot. These will be right. These will be right. And these will be right. Okay. So we got soon right here. Just like you do with the normal 3x3. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And that fixes that. So we'll do it on here just so you see. And that fixes the top. All right. I already see where I messed up. I was not careful when I did this. So we're going to actually scrap that. And then let's see. There we go. Bring that over. All right. Let's see. What do we have here? I mean, we could just assume that we got another soon. This would be the head of the fish. That's in the right spot. That's in the right spot. And we could assume that's in the right spot. There you go. So now we have it all there. And now, let's see. What do we have? So this is not the right piece. So if we rotate it, this matches and these match. So these are your two paired. That's right. So do your corner swap algorithm, whichever one you use. We got everything going, and we can do that. And we got lucky with this one. It skipped everything. So with this, if you get this case, all you got to do is rotate the center. So R, U, R prime U, 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 R, U, R prime U. And that rotates the center. Sometimes you'll get multiple centers, but when I solve it, I always try and align these centers with this one. Saves you time down the line, and you won't have to worry about it. So we'll go ahead and scramble this thing up again. Okay, I'm going to pause it. this time actually make sure it's correctly solved, and I'll be back. All right, we are back, and this time it's correctly solved. So now let's assume that we got, okay, these are wrong. So let's say these two are right. And you just do your algorithm. Okay, so now this is right. You do that. So yeah, we have soon again. So let's see. So we have soon again. So this is right. These are the same. These are the same. And these are the same. Okay. So you do the soon algorithm. And that gets that all right. Let's see. What do we have? Oh. Okay. So it looks like these two corners are in the wrong spot. Let's see if we can get that. I mean, oh well, kind of. I don't really do the PLL algorithms. I do more beginner. So I would just do my corner swap algorithm twice. So that fixed these two. So I put it in the back. And do it again. And find the right spot. There we go. So now we come across this thing. So you know these are all correct. Okay. So what we're going to do is we have, let's see. Yep, we don't have that case. Yeah. Okay, so we have this one again. 3 are wrong, 1 is right. But this, because of the way that we have 2 of the same, so we have 2 reds and 2 yellows that are both solid. We don't know which one is the actual correct one. So I'm going to go with the yellow here. We're going to say that this yellow, so this one, this bar right here, all 3 of these, this is correct. I mean, these are correct. So out of the 4 edges, this is the correct one. These ones need to switch. So what needs to happen is this yellow needs to go here, this red needs to go here, and this red needs to go here. So just because this is in the right spot, it's not, because we choose to say this one's the wrong one. And we'll see if that happens. So for the beginner method that I use, I rotate B. Hold on. I'm going to do it here so I can, yeah. Okay. Rotate B. And, okay, pay attention to what color is in between here. So it's red. Rotate B. Bring the red over. Then you want to do R, L prime, B2, L, R prime, and then just match up this with the bottom corners. So that way you know that that's right, even though that's wrong. but yeah. And that fixed it. So basically what I did was rotate B twice. So B2, whatever colors in between these. So yeah, so blue, rotate, blue, bring them right. So if you're holding it like this, like that. So you would do R, R, L prime, rotate, so B2, L, R prime, and then match with the back again. So that's all matched up. And then B2 again, and you just, that's all it is. So we'll do a couple more. I'm not going to scramble. I'm not going to solve this 3x3 right now. I will scramble and solve this again. So yeah, you really don't need to worry about the edges. And I do it the way, I put the red and yellow on top because I'm used to doing the yellow face. And then just the opposite of that was the blue green. And it just, that way it keeps everything different. I mean, it's not like you can, not going to be hard to like make sure what color is what, but it's easier for my brain to like say, okay, that's the top layer. Oh, those stand out, All right, I'll be back with another last layer solved. All right, so we're got it solved except for the last layer again. So let's see, what do we have this time? I mean, to be honest, I feel like just assuming that if these are wrong, and they're not facing each other to where this one's not here and they're not like facing out like headlights. If you get that, see if I can do, if I have one of those cases. Ah. So if you get something like this to where this one and this one are faced together like headlights, yeah, do that algorithm if you do, the specified algorithm for it. I usually just do soon until it works itself out because that's just the way it is. Boom. And then that gave me anti-soon. So, and that fixed, oh, well, that completed it. But yeah. So far we've been only getting, we can like soon cases. That's weird. So let's see. I would say that's anti-soon. So we'll say that this is the correct one. This is already here like it was with anti-soon. So it's on the left side. That's pointing out that way. So we got that. And that doesn't, this is just, we'll say it's this side. So we'll just do the anti-soon again. There you go. So it's just R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime. R prime is the last, you put it down. And that's the anti-soon. So now what do we have here? So these two are correct. So do your corner swapping algorithm. There we go. And now we're back to, not that case. We'll see if I can get it on here. Okay. So we got this case again. So we will say that this is the correct one, just because it all matches up nice. I mean, you could say this is the correct one and still do the same thing. But we'll say this is the correct one. This red needs to go here. This yellow needs to go here. And this yellow needs to go here. Just like here. This piece, the blue needs to go here. Green needs to go here. And the red needs to go here. Luckily, we got the right case from both of them. So, you go. Now, make sure this is going to be yellow. Pay attention to that. So, you go B2. Now, you could just say, we'll bring this yellow or this yellow. So, we'll bring this yellow over. Then you do R, L prime, B2, L, R prime, and then U. Yeah, that's U. And then just make sure that they match up. So the corners match up. And then B2 again. So that's fixed. That fixed our edges. But if you notice, we have two centers that are messed up. So we'll go ahead and do the algorithm for this here. Now, once again, that's the algorithm. That's the beginner's method that I would I used to use more. I do more on this because it rotates these, and it's just, I could just say, I could just do this one and just say, right, it would do the same thing. It would rotate that, but this way I keep in mind, it's just easier for me to do it that way on this one. Okay, so now to do the center rotations, you go R, U, R prime, U, 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 R, U, R prime, U. And that fixes the center. And you do it again. R, U, R prime, U, 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 R, U, R prime, U. All right. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. As long as you, when you're solving that, make sure you correct your centers early on. That saves you way more of a headache. And I would say the best way to solve it is to treat most cases like it's soon. And just do soon until soon or anti-soon. And it'll work. Don't worry about the edges until the last bit, because that'll just be any normal. You'd still get the case, and it would clearly see if these are switched. You could still do that same algorithm. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for the comment, and I'll see you in the next one.